For the Sigma male, there is no fear of missing out. That is, there's no fear of missing out when it comes to what's going on out there. There is, however, a fear of missing out, if you can call it a fear, when it comes to personal ventures. Call me selfish, but I hate getting tied up into anything that won't allow me to tap into uh, my ventures at any given moment. That sucks. All right, so I wouldn't like being in a room, for example, where they say no phones, because at any given moment I'm going to want to research something. I'm going to want to write down my ideas. Of course, use pen and pad, but you know what I'm saying. For example's sake, I don't like anybody getting in the way of it, and I don't like I don't like anyone demanding of my time, which is tough to deal with when you have a situationship. Uh, and also when you have a child, it's extremely tough, but keeps the fire going. So when you are put in situations, unfortunately, when you can't do exactly what you want to do, it keeps it bubbling. It forces you to at least think about it. You know, uh, but and so the reason why I made this video is because just like a lot of people initially, I do, because I spend a lot of time alone. I do get this feeling at times like I'm missing out on something, but then I really break it down. What am I missing out on? Am I missing out on going to the club? I never even been to a club. And like the club culture is to get drunk, so drunk that you don't even really remember what happens. Maybe you get laid or something like that. You take somebody home, whatever. Call it a good time. I don't know, man. That's not really the thing for me, especially because I know that I've hidden behind alcohol and marijuana use too much. Where I can't go anywhere where there's a group of people without being the first one drunk. You know what I'm saying? So I can numb myself. That's not living for me. I want to know what it's like to experience people when I'm sober. All right. So I'm not missing out on going to the club. I'm not missing out on drinking. I'm not missing out on smoking. What am I missing? What am I really missing out on? You know what I'm saying? But I tell you what, though. In my solitude, I'm missing out on what I could be, who I could be, my personal ventures, when I choose to spend too much time engaging in distractions. Focus, in fact, optimal focus is hard to come by. All right, it takes a lot to get to that point of optimal focus and can be ruined in a split second. All right, that's why I know, at least for men, we have to focus on one thing at a time. Okay, sometimes even walking and talking at the same time can be a hassle. Before you know it, you done walk 2 miles in the wrong direction. Just talking, just running your goddamn mouth. But there is no fear of missing out. Only on things that will solidify your legacy. So as an introvert, as a pretty sturdy Sigma male, I have a North Star. I always have something that's going to redirect my focus. Now, I mean, I have a lot of North Stars, really, but it has a common theme, and that theme is it's to gravitate towards what's going to make your life better. That is going to have you immersed in a purpose or two each day. All right. So, like, even putting together these YouTube videos, which is pretty easy for me to do, and this is a purpose of mine. All right. Am I lacking on other purposes? Yes. It's because I take on so many. So I mean, hey, get in where you fit in. Uh, I have to be a father. I'm working out frequently. That's great. YouTube, like I said, I have a book that's quite a few edits away from being finished, but I have other books out there, so that's pretty good. Um, and I'm working on the back end on some business ventures, and that's what takes up my time. And I can't say that I'm living a very joyful life. A lot to be grateful for. And the further I go along, the more I want to indulge in things that aren't necessarily fun, but the payoff will be great. And so actually a big speaking point that I didn't even talk about is women. You know, so first of all, women are so beautiful. They smell good, they look good, they taste good, and it's hard to avoid how beautiful and seductive they are when you have this thing right here, this phone, and Instagram and Facebook. They look so just mighty, and oh, many times have I contemplated just shutting off the computer, just leave those websites alone because they're just very seductive. But at the end of the day, I don't fear missing out on women anyway because there will always be women. And I venture to say that my window uh, of success will depict with my personal ventures will depict how wide my window is with women. You know what I'm saying? So basically, women will always be around so long as you keep growing, so long as you keep advancing. All right, if I fall off and become just a complete bum, for lack of better terms, uh, it won't be no women for me. It won't be no women attracted to me. But if I take the L now, even for the next 5 years, even for the next 10 years, which 10 years that would put me at 39 is crazy. Uh, while I build myself up, build up my brand, build up my businesses, well, I be in the prime of my goddamn life. You know what I'm saying? Have this working for me, I I won't have to worry about women, and just like I don't have to worry about them right now, because again, they will always be around. So there is no fear of missing out. Thank you all for listening to me rant and ramble.